This is very slow. Oh, now we are. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome back to the J&J Show. I'm JJ, he's Jacob, but y'all knew that already. How you doing, Jacob? It's been a hot minute since we did one of
It's been a
these.
long time, but we're finally back. We're gonna start posting some more videos.
It took long enough. But anyway, let's just not waste any time. Let's get right into it. There was obviously in New York City, a lot of crimes get committed over there. You've got your battery charges, your rape charges, your
Mm.
robbery charges, all that terrible, messed up crap. But what we saw the last couple of nights at this place called 41 Seaver Way in Queens, New York, or should I say Flushing, New York, was more than just an assault charge. This was first degree murder, a Subway Series beatdown. That's what it was. The Mets just demolished the Yankees. It was never a competitive game at all. This was just total straight up domination. And I'm going to let the Yankee fan give his thoughts first because I know he's going to have a
Going,
lot to
I'm
say.
gonna just say going into the series, talking a lot about it with my Mets fans friends. I thought the Yankees were perfectly set up for this. Cole and Gill were going for the Yankees, and against Davidson and Mania, which are apparently the 4 and 5 according to JJ.
They basically
They,
are, if
they
you think
seem they
about it.
seem like the 1 and 2 in the whole MLB. I'm gonna be honest. Uh, yeah, Mania and Peterson seem like the whole 1 and 2 because that's what happens when the Yankees can't hit. They make bottom feeder pitchers look like Cy Youngs. That's all I'm gonna say.
That's basically what it was. The Yankees looked, I'm not even going to say that because they looked god awful. That was
I don't even think the Yankees know what a run is with the bases loaded. Like, do they know how to score with the bases loaded?
first time.
First time, probably. Yeah, probably just
Not
learning how to do that.
not my first time. I've seen it so many times with this baseball
Yeah.
team. It's
Mhm.
about time it finally happened to one of you guys. But anyway, let's just get right into it. The one thing that needs to be talked about the most out of this series was how hot the Mets lineup was. All of their guys were hitting. Harrison Bader was going ballistic. Mark Vientos had another home run surge. There was a point in time where he had 3 at bats in a row, all resulted in homers, which is crazy to think about. But yeah, that actually happened. And the next thing that needs to be mentioned is the Mets pitching. David Peterson and Sean Manaea both got into first inning jams. They both kind of struggled a little bit, but they both found their groove, getting the Yankees out with the bases loaded and giving up 0 runs in the first inning 2 days in a row, which to me is incredible.
I wouldn't
It's
say it
one,
was the pitching that got out of it. I would say it's Alex Verdugo getting out of it for them himself.
Yankees are frauds. That's a fact, but we'll dive more into that later. But anyway, this was just, I could speak from going to game one. The atmosphere was incredible. We decided to go completely last minute. So my friend forgot to buy a parking pass. We had to drive all the way to the south lot. We didn't get into the bottom of the second inning again. Actually, we were at the stadium, but we didn't actually get into like the second inning. We saw JJ say, "Have my children." I appreciate that. I'm not going to put that on screen. But what happened after was a Vientos bomb, a Bader bomb, and just another offensive explosion. By the time we got to our seats, it was 4-0. And it was just a nonstop party. This was a Met game where I can legit just go up and about, walk around the stadium, say what's up to some people because we were just kicking ass. And then the bullpen happened. See, I knew as soon as Edwin Diaz was in, got caught with the sticky stuff that we were screwed in terms of the
I mean,
pen.
it seemed like the Mets didn't even need him. All you Mets fans are like, "Oh, we don't have Diaz for this series." Like, "Oh, the MLB is trying to take it away from us." Like, our one for the dumbass friend Gans. I'm gonna just say his name now. He's like, "Oh yeah, they took Diaz from us because they don't want to see the Mets win." The Mets didn't even need him.
They probably would have needed him in the first game. But anyway, Didier Nunez came in and he looked very sharp, gave us about 2.5 innings. Danny Young came in. He was okay. Ottavino came in, and this is where it all went to shit. Couldn't get out of the inning, loaded the bases, and poor Reed Garrett was the first person that had to face Judge. with the bases loaded. And he had him 0-2, but he just gave him. Why do people give Aaron Judge strikes on an 0-2 pitch? I don't get it.
Just throw him a slider outside the zone.
The dude has one of the worst chase rates in baseball. I don't know why you don't pitch outside to him more. But anyway, couldn't throw a strike. He threw him a strike right down the middle. And
Josh thought it was a pop-up, too.
I also thought it was a pop-up, but the Yankee fans, for once in their lives, actually stood up for a home run for once from Aaron Judge. Because you know how they are at Yankee Stadium. The minute that ball leaves the bat, 40,000 people all stand up at the same
Pop up to second base. Everyone's standing.
Yeah, because they all think it's a home run. For once, they were actually right. Crazy enough. But then Garrett came in, finished the job. Because, like, here's my thing with the Yankees. Once you get past Soto and Judge, you have nothing to worry about. And that makes me want to dive into the lineup a little bit more because I am not just a Mets fan. I like to just talk baseball in general. This Yankees lineup is just way too top heavy. Because look at this. After Soto and Judge, you have nothing. You have J.D. Davis. You have Alex Verdugo, who in general is average. You have double play LeMahieu. You have Jose Trevino, who should have had a double play last night, but Mark Vientos is one of the worst defensive third basemen I've seen. Ben Rice, Oswaldo Cabrera, Anthony Volpe. That's your lineup. Take a look at the Mets lineup. Everybody said, oh, the Yankees lineup is so much better because we have Judge and Soto. Take a look at our lineup. You've got Lindor, who's a sharp hitter, one of the best shortstops in the game. Brendan Nimmo, when he's hot, the entire lineup is hot. The best pure hitter in baseball in JD Martinez. I said pure hitter. I think
JD Martinez, no matter what, even if he's having a down year, like nobody can say he's not good because
he's not because he's hitting 288.
Yeah,
for a designated hitter. The only reason I say he's better than Judge in terms of pure hitting is because his chase rate, he doesn't swing in a lot of pitches that Judge does. Does Judge have more power? Absolutely. But Judge is either home run or strikeout. He just happens to hit a lot of home runs. Pete Alonso. Everyone knows this dude is a power guy. And when the Mets did get Martinez, they're buying protection for Alonso, and that took a lot of pressure off his back. Captain Clutch and Francisco Alvarez. No matter what the stage is, if it's a big spot, I'm counting on him to get a base hit. In place of Starling Marte, Tyrone Taylor, who's been solidly contributing. Red hot Mark Vientos. Jeff Mick can't hit a baseball. If he's actually hitting, then good things will happen. And Harrison Bader. The fact that that's our 6 through 9, we're all contributing in this series. That just shows.
You mean 6, 7, 9? You mean that, right? 6, 7, 9.
No, McNeil had 2 hits in game 1. And in game 2, he looked okay. If the whole line, see, the Mets lineup, they all contribute. The Yankees lineup have 2 guys. That is the difference between the 2 teams. Period. End of story.
These stats are before the series, right? Or they after?
Yeah, this was the lineup from yesterday.
Oh, yesterday.
And if you want to mention guys like Gleyber Torres.
No, move. Don't talk about him. Just move on.
I said he was going to win the batting title.
Yeah, I don't know what you were thinking of saying that.
Dude was coming off a 300
season. I guess you did not watch the Yankees. I know you don't watch them much, but
he was coming off a 300 season.
Yeah, that's from him getting like 4 hits at the end of the season.
And that makes me want to get to my next point. There's been, obviously, teams cannot always be perfect. Sometimes they go through slumps. Sometimes they go through hot streaks. But we need to look at this from a deeper perspective. 3 series losses in a row. No. 4 series losses in a row. From the team that was labeled the best team in baseball.
And I'm pretty sure they still are.
Are the Yankees being exposed? I'm starting to think they are. If you get past Soto and Judge,
I forgot about the Red Sox series.
I only show the Royals game because that game was a loss. You lose a series to the Red Sox. You get humiliated by the Orioles in a rubber game in a series which you end up losing. The very inconsistent Atlanta Braves come into town and kick your ass. And then you get demolished by your crosstown rival. the hottest team in baseball, the New York Mets.
Yankees are still the second best team in baseball.
Who's number one? Philadelphia?
Yeah, 26. The Yankees are 22 games and the Phillies are 26.
I still think the Phillies are that record because of that crazy Mickey Mouse schedule they had at the beginning of the season.
The Dodgers are 20, so one more Yankees loss and the Dodgers win evens that up.
I just think that this Yankee team is finally being exposed.
I
I
mean,
had a
this
feeling this
Yankees
was going
team
to happen.
always has as I've seen from the Yankees, they always have a dry spot every year, no matter what. It's always there's gonna be one plus dry spot.
Our
So here's
graphic designer, Colin, said the Yankees just don't play well in June. That's a lie. Apparently, they've been over 500 in June almost every single year. But continue.
I mean, yeah, they'll have their dry spot in June. Yeah, they had their dry spot in June. I mean, can Yankee fans say wait till July? Yes, they can. They could say wait till August, but it depends who their schedule is. Honestly, I mean, in July it's going to be a tough one. You have the Phillies, you have the Red Sox. That's all I remember.
It doesn't end well for you. And for us, Houston, Washington, Pittsburgh, Washington, Pittsburgh. Those are our next 5 series. I'm looking at 5 series wins right there. But the Mets have a habit of playing down to their competition.
So the Yankees' July schedule is Cincinnati, Boston, Tampa, Baltimore, Tampa again, Mets in the Bronx, Boston, and the Phillies.
Jesus.
They're basically going through an AL
Jesus
East.
Christ.
You're going through an AL East gauntlet for the first half of the month.
And then you've got the Mets and Phillies back
Then
to
you
back.
got the no. You have the Mets, then the Red Sox, then the Phillies.
Yeah, you're going through the Eastern Conference, the East Coast gauntlet. Yeah, y'all might be screwed.
Yeah, I can't wait to see the Yankees get 11-2 in Philly.
I can't wait to see y'all go under 500 after being 20-something games over. That would be one of the biggest collapses I've ever seen. But anyway,
The pitching has had the biggest collapse of all time.
The pitching is atrocious.
Let's see. Let's look at this. Let's see. All right. So we got 8, 9, 7. Okay, I'm counting that as one. 17 is crazy.
Off Louis Gill, by the way.
Yeah. Well, no, that's 6 of those. So if not, the bullpen didn't do anything. It's 6-5 final. 8. Where? 9, 12. That's absurd.
When the Yankees lose, they give up a crap ton of runs.
Yeah, that's true.
When they win, they score a crap ton of runs. Like, there's no close games for the Yankees. It's either a blowout or you get smoked. That's how it's gone this year for them. For the Mets, it seems like every game's a close game, except
the
last
Yankees
night.
still have the third best team ERA in the league, though.
The Mets might have.
How I don't know. The Mets are 19th. Mets are 19th.
Progress. But anyway, speaking of progress, I think one man deserves all the credit in the world for the way that this Mets team has turned into. He made his presence known on June 12th, 2024. Mets were down in the dumps, sitting, I think, 9 games under 500. This guy goes on to throw the first pitch, and all of a sudden, we've won 11 of 13 games in pretty convincing fashion, too. Since that, I'm pretty sure the Mets have had the best OPS in the league. Their stats as a team are off the charts. You got to take a look at some of the runs they're putting up in these games. Since June 12th, and wins and losses, the Mets have scored 10, 3, 2, 5, 11, 14, 7, 3, 11, 1, 5, 9, 12. Absolute domination at its finest from this team. And I'm trying to look at the splits over the last 7 days for the team as a whole. Total, they're hitting 310, an OPS of 103.4, a slugging percentage of 638, which means there's a 64% chance the Mets are hitting a home run in that game. Nobody really looks at WAR. Like, again, this has been a revelation for what has happened for this Mets team over the last few weeks. This has been an incredible ride, and I hope it never ends. And the best part is, it's not just the fans that are into it. The players are into it. The organization is into it. Want further proof? Look outside Citi Field. You will see this billboard. I'm not joking. This is a legit billboard. We saw this outside the stadium. It wasn't luck.
Yeah,
It
nobody
wasn't
can see
fate.
that. Nobody. Okay, now we can
It
barely see
wasn't
it.
luck. It wasn't fate. It was
Your
Grimace.
your green screen's swallowing your phone right now.
Yeah, hang on. Let me find it. Hang on. Bear with me for a second. There is a billboard.
Sources say JJ's dumping a shake on his head.
Potentially. That's what I've been hearing. Hang on. I'm pulling it up on my Twitter right now.
Wasn't there also
We're
during the
gonna
rain
see
delay
something.
wasn't there someone dressed as Grimace or something? And during the rain delay yesterday?
We'll get to that. Look at this. This is a legit billboard outside of Citi Field yesterday and the day before that. The players are into it. Pete Alonso said he'd take a walk with Grimace. Not to mention, this guy is a goddamn cult leader. He's a cult leader. That's what Grimace is. Look at this photo during the rain delay. Literally, guy in a costume.
Bro,
He's
it looks like a
chugging
it looks like a
beer.
concert. It looks like
It's a
a concert with all
it's
the phones.
it's a costume. Dude is in a costume, chugging beer in front of all these Met fans during a torrential downpour of a rain delay. And what's even funnier about this is somebody has been very unhappy with the Mets, specifically the Mets broadcast booth. Michael K. A couple days ago, well, who am I kidding? This was not a couple days ago. This was yesterday.
This is all new to me. I do not know what this is about.
This is all new to you? Okay, perfect. Because I'm going to show this to you right now. Because this is absolutely hysterical. One of the funniest things I've ever seen on Twitter. And I'm going to have to go back in my Twitter a little bit because this is kind of, I wouldn't call it an old video, but it kind of is an old video. So you said this is
a video that got resurfaced or something?
It's not an old video, it just came out last night.
Oh.
But this was one of the funniest things I've ever seen. All right. Take a listen. Let me know if you could hear it or not.
Not
all right.
That much.
Turn the volume up then.
My volume is all the way up on my computer, so
oh well, I got you.
Okay, perfect.
I'm gonna play this entire clip.
You basically have to summarize it because we can't hear.
What do you say?
We can't hear it, so
you can't hear it. All right, I'll
just summarize it then. Honestly,
I'll put on subtitles.
Oh no way! This is how this is gonna go.
What he says is and I've seen this ad before. The ad said, "Enjoy the Subway Series with the best booth in baseball." And Michael K goes ballistic. He said he would take O'Neal, Cone, and him over Garrett, Keith, and Ron. The response, here's the funniest part. Garrett, Keith, and Ron responded last night on the SNY broadcast. But the way that they responded was just absolutely comical. Because Michael K tweeted out saying, this is the quote-unquote best rain in baseball.
Oh, again, I saw that.
Once again, throwing shade at the Mets broadcast booth.
I saw
the Mets broadcast booth, on the other hand, they like to do things from a more comedic perspective. And what I'm about to show you, I almost pissed myself watching this.
I saw Michael
This was
K's tweet, but I didn't get it. Like I didn't know what if he was trying to say something.
he's basically throwing even more shade at the quote unquote best booth in baseball. Because hang on, I need to find this. Give me 1 second. Gary Keith around. This was hysterical because they weren't just like they were quite literally just laughing at Michael K. Is the funny thing.
The fact that he says this and then the Yankees are down like 6-2 is crazy.
Yeah, what do you say?
It's funny how the Yankees got killed and they were trash talking. So it's
I
like
know.
they were having a great time, and Michael K was miserable.
All right, here is the response from Gary Keith and Ron. Take a listen.
You might just have to tell us what it says because we still can't hear.
You still can't hear? Shit. All right,
Just
give
tell
me.
us what it said. Well, just tell us what they say.
All right, I'm just gonna listen to it one more time. So what they're saying is they're getting with this young broadcaster, Emmanuel Verdera. You probably recognize the name Emmanuel Verdera. Does the radio booth for the Yankees, does the or it might be a made up name. Apparently they said he takes up the place with John Sterling doing
Oh,
the Yankees radio announcing.
I know. Okay, so I guess he might be.
You
Yeah,
probably know
I think he's a new
of
guy.
him. Yeah,
I
you
don't
probably
think I've
know
heard. I probably have heard his voice. I just probably haven't heard his name before.
understandable. All right, I'm about to play you the audio clip into my microphone because how they responded was hilarious.
How do you feel about our show? I don't think he really had any opinion. I heard it was the best rain in Major League Baseball. Oh, sorry, had to go there. It's just it's raining. It's whatever. I think it's time to play some baseball now.
They just instead of taking a 5-minute video to talk about Michael K and his booth, they took 30 seconds to laugh at them and troll them and make fun of them. Michael K got absolutely clowned by this booth. And it's hysterical. And with further ado, congratulations, Michael K. You're the unanimous choice for Lol Cow of the Week. Easiest choice of my life.
Why are we dissing Welling's boy like this, bro?
Because he took 5 minutes to clown our booth when instead we took 30 seconds to laugh at him on national television. He didn't do it on a podcast. They literally did it during the broadcast. And that to me is the funniest part. But without further ado, another thing that went down while I was at the stadium last night, or not last night, 2 nights ago, was a big move happened in the NBA. And when I found out about this move, I was going bonkers. I was going bonkers. The Yankee fans were going bonkers. And
The whole New York world was going bonkers.
And a let's go Knicks chant started at Citi Field. Ladies and gentlemen, this is not a joke. Mikal Bridges is a New York Knick, ladies and gentlemen. This is real. This actually happened. Bojan Bogdanovic and 5 first-round picks have been sent to the Brooklyn Nets in exchange for Mikal Bridges, fully forming the Villanova Knicks from 2016.
I get and all that. Like the Nova Knicks started last year. Everyone was like, "Oh, Mikal Bridges is the final piece," but for that much,
here's what a lot of people are forgetting to mention about those picks. That's the 2025 first rounder, 2027 first rounder, 2029 first rounder, 2031. They didn't do every year. They went every other year. They were smart. Brooklyn kind of played themselves a little bit because now they're shopping Dorian Finney-Smith and Cam Thomas. They're shopping both of them now. Even Claxton might get shopped. The Brooklyn Nets are in a terrible position right now. And I'm laughing my ass off knowing that. So with this trade, the Knicks are officially championship contenders. And it did not stop there. Leon Rose was not done. OG Anunoby signed a huge contract extension. 5 years, $212 million. Knicks, you're basically broke now. We basically have no money. So you're going to have to finagle a little bit with a few things to be able to bring back a key piece in Isaiah Hartenstein. And I think that's just as important. Give me your take on that. This OG extension.
This OG, like, it came out of, I wouldn't say it came out of, well, yeah, I would say it actually came out of
I knew
nowhere.
it was going to happen.
I mean, yeah, we knew it was going to happen, but like the time of when it happened, they weren't even saying like they were in like discussions and something might happen. It just came out of nowhere. But 42.5 mil, some people are saying it's an overpay, but for the Knicks, this is a good deal for them. Obviously, this is a huge piece of their team from last year. So now they kind of have a lot of options, even though they do have Hartenstein still, if they want to get him back, which I don't think they'll have enough to do it, but you never know. They can make it work. Now they shop Randall? That's my kind of question. Do they shop Randall for something?
Yeah, that's what I'm hearing. They might shop Randall, although I think they're gonna shop what's his face? Mitchell Robinson. That's who I think they're gonna shop.
I actually want to know what's his money though. Like, what is Mitchell's money?
It's a bad contract. A really bad contract.
A 4-year, $60 million that has 2 years left.
Yeah, he basically would be making.
He's making 14.3 this year.
Yeah, that's a little bit extreme, in my opinion. We basically are giving him Hartenstein.
He made 15 and 17 the past 2 years.
We're giving him Hartenstein money, and I'm not a fan of that at all.
So do we say trade Robinson and then use that money to get Hartenstein back?
I say either do that or you get Randall to take a pay cut because Randall's contract is even worse, in my opinion.
That's fine.
I will take a look at his contract right now. Julius Randle signed a 4-year, $117 million contract. He's making 28 a year.
Yeah. Well, he has a player option next year.
And honestly, if the Knicks don't win a chip this year, I would not be shocked to see him decline the option to become a free agent. That's the way that I see it.
The thing is, he kind of fits well into that team. I mean, he fit well before they got OG and all of that. Like, I actually want to see how he would have been with OG.
He does fit well. I will give you that. He definitely does fit well. And what also needs to be mentioned is you're going off of the fact that if you do get this guy, if you do get Hartenstein, you're going off the starting 5 of Brunson, Bridges, Anunoby, Randall, Hartenstein. Off the bench, Dante, Deuce, Hart, Achua, Robinson. That is scary. That is a scary bench 5.
But I feel like Dante should be starting.
Dante's not going to.
I feel like he should because it's.
The only reason they won't start Dante is because they didn't pay 5 first-rounders to get him.
True.
However, I think they're definitely going to have a lineup where they're going to have all 4 Nova Knicks out there at the same time.
But I feel like, yeah, but Bridges can honestly play anywhere.
Bridges can play everywhere except center. And I don't want to do playing center.
Do we have, who you have, what, OG playing? No.
OG's playing the 3, Randall's playing the 4, Hartenstein, if you do bring him back.
I was just thinking during the playoffs, like if Randall was playing, it would be who? Who do we have for the 5 if Randall was playing? Brunson at the 1, Dante at the 2.
Brunson 1, Dante 2, OG 3, Randall 4, Hartenstein 5.
Okay.
Yeah, Mitch comes off the bench.
Yeah. And then, and so does Hart.
Yeah. Pretty valid lineup, in my opinion. Our final topic of the night. This one's gonna feel a little bit bittersweet. You know what really pisses me off about the NHL playoffs? We
What?
always lose to the team that ends up winning the Stanley Cup.
And Florida teams. Just keep that in mind again.
Florida Panthers win the Stanley Cup for the first time in their franchise history, meaning another short L to a cup winner. I'm getting so sick of this shit.
I mean, yeah, everyone after Florida won the cup, and I was like, just like, damn, we would have. I actually think the Rangers would have beaten the Oilers. I know everyone's gonna come at me and say, "Oh, Oilers would have won in whatever." I don't care.
We
In
would've
my
beat them
opinion,
in-
the
we
Rangers
beat
would have
them
won.
in 5
The
games.
Rangers would have beat the Oilers for sure.
5 games, absolutely.
But and
Florida,
everyone's like, "Oh, but at least you lost to the champion, right?" I was like, that happened 2022.
happened 2022. It happened in what else did it happen?
I don't remember.
2016 it happened when we lost to the Penguins.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was gonna say 15, but the Blackhawks beat the Lightning.
We lost to the Lightning a bunch of times.
I mean, yeah, you can say the Rangers fall short. Yes, I mean they did fall short, but like I wouldn't say they fell short in like how close they were because it's the Stars. If the Stars showed up, then we can say they fell short. But they really didn't want to win this series. It looked like Zibanejad didn't show up. Panarin, I don't even know where he was. Maybe shave his head again and he showed up if he wanted to show up. Kreider scored a couple goals, but he didn't really do much. The guy who you see, the first dude in line on this picture, is the savior of this team.
He really is.
And when it's his turn to get to meet up with Drury for a contract, give him everything. Because if he's not here, I don't even think this team will be second round worthy.
I agree. They
It
could have easily
might sound crazy that you're saying, "Oh, I'm saying that the Rangers won't make a second round." It's true.
We probably would have lost to Carolina. Honestly,
if we're not in the like Carolina would have beaten us if we have who if we can name any other goalie in this league.
Beating us handedly. They would have just beat us. They would have beat us handedly with ease. They would have zoomed past us in 5. And that's upsetting to admit, but unfortunately, it's the truth.
It's true.
So then you take a look at our offseason outlook. I want Reinhart. Other guys want Teravainen. You want Gensel. Like,
I mean, I'll take Gensel, Reinhart.
Give me both of them.
Sure, whatever. That would be way.
Buy out Jacob Trouba's contract.
No, buy it. Don't buy it. Go trade. We should do a trade. Honestly,
trade him for a 7th round pick.
Honestly, a trade is better. Let's just first start with the Barkley Goodjoe waiver move. The Sharks claiming him was better than the buyout because the Rangers get the full money instead of having lingering penalties. Whatever these penalties are, I've never heard of them. But people are saying Teravainen, yes, but he's not the top guy in this.
I don't want Teravainen. I'll tell you what I do want though. Marty Necas,
yeah, I can see that, but I gotta obviously I follow all the analysts. They're saying that the Canes are trying to do a hockey trade, not future trade. So they're trying to get guys now. And I don't know if
Trouba for Necas, straight up.
I don't know if the Rangers really have a now guy that they can trade.
Trouba, get that dude the hell out of New York. Sorry, I'm getting a little carried away. I just can't.
I don't know who can join. Who is a trade now guy, honestly.
True.
But it could be true, but the Canes are already stacked at defenseman. They are losing Pesci, though. The Canes are losing Pesci, though.
Brett Pesci is a huge loss for the Hurricanes. Like, bigger than you think.
I mean, what if the Rangers got him? Trade Trouba, sign him.
Brett Pesci would be a very interesting piece, in my opinion. To close out the show, if there's one guy that you are like desperate for the Rangers to sign, who would it be?
I'm gonna give a couple. If we're going, so I'm gonna go quick little tier list, like the most money.
All right, give me a top 5.
I'm gonna go. All right, top 5.
Because I only have one guy and it's Reinhart. That's all I want is Reinhart.
You want Reinhart? Well, for me, they got to do this in tier list. If they want to go for a top money guy, go for the top money guy, and then get some budget beasts. Like budget beasts, I mean, if we want to go talk about Gensel, Reinhardt, they're up there. I don't know. I've not heard the Rangers say a single word about this guy, but do the Rangers try to trade for Mitch Marner?
It's not a bad idea. You might have to give up a few futures and probably Brennan Othman, Adam Sikora, and
But I'm gonna be honest, Sakura, we haven't heard anything about him, and it's been
I'm
like
ready to
4
I'm
years.
ready to let Sikora go.
It's
This
been like
team
4
is
years since we drafted him. He hasn't had a single
this
word.
team is supposed to be a cup contender. They're technically still in win now mode. Get rid of him
They're
while you
always
still
in win now mode.
No, like they're probably in win now mode more than ever. I truly expect if they're this good again, a very aggressive deadline from Drury. Because
It always
I hate to
is.
say it, but I think Drury might be on the hot seat this year.
I'm gonna say this: last year's deadline was super underwhelming. Wenberg did not perform like
I
he
was
was
happy
supposed to.
about Roslovic, but the dude just couldn't score. It was frustrating.
So for top 5, I guess. I mean, we can go. I'll go Reinhardt / Gensel. They're not going to take
Tarasenko is a free agent, right?
Dog, too old. Him and Kane are too old. I don't want a 36-year-old lunging around on a first line.
Yeah, so let's just put the Patrick Kane nonsense to bed.
Yeah, let's honestly do that. People are saying Dakota Joshua from the Canucks, who can actually be a really good physical third line guy.
I would not mind him at all. He's
I would
very
get. I
solid.
would. They were also saying Teddy Bluger, also from the Canucks, who's a good third line scorer, but he just got signed by the Canucks again, so he's gone. They were saying a Brady Tkachuk trade. I'm not down. I'm down with it. I'm honestly down.
I'm not doing it. We'd
A
have to give up
physical guy who scores 30 goals.
I know, but we'd have to give up an arm and a leg. I'm not
We
willing
would have to
do
give
that.
up an arm and a leg for Marner anyways.
You'd have to give up probably 2 arms for Brady Tkachuk because we all know the Senators are stingy as hell.
I mean, if they were to go after Tkachuk, they would probably ask for Chikrin too.
I mean, if you could do that, I mean, be my guest. Give them Sikora. Give them.
So let's go. 24
Sikora.
24, 25, 26 first. Othman, Sikora, and Trouba. Get that dude after.
I'm not willing to let Othman roll. I think the 3 first, Trouba and Sikora would probably do it for them. Because they have Chikrin at low value.
Yeah.
But they've got
honestly for the Senators,
value.
like the Senators could take everyone, ruin their careers, and then they'll be in free agents before you know it.
Once you get Trouba's contract off the books, it's free spending in the offseason.
Isn't he takes what, 7 mil?
8.
That's to miss hits and leave guys wide open for an easy one-timer for a goal. Yeah, that's not it. That's not it.
But somehow he was awarded the leadership award.
And the I don't even know if the C stands for captain on his chest. It probably stands for a crap.
Probably stands for a much more vulgar word.
Yeah, definitely.
That I'm not gonna mention on my show.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Even him. Oh, maybe Miller too. No, Miller's gonna be kept.
JT.
No, I'm not talking about JT. I'm thinking about DeAndre.
Oh man, I'd love to have JT Miller back. That was one of the
Rangers.
That might have been the worst trade in Rangers. That was the worst trade in Rangers.
What was it? Miller, McDonough, and Girardi, right? Yeah, wasn't it 3?
Yeah, I got it.
It was 3.
3 what?
Brett Howden,
Libor Hayek,
Vlad Nemestikov, and I believe a first, which I don't even think
Libor Hayek.
I don't even think the first was good. I swear, I look back on what Gordon did to this team, but I actually realized that he brought Zibanejad, Fox. He drafted Igor.
Yeah. Not good. Jeff Gordon, that was your biggest miss of all time. And in my opinion, the worst trade in Ranger history.
I mean, Miller's grown as a player for sure.
Yeah.
Imagine the Rangers still had. Imagine they could keep the guys they had back then on reasonable contracts. Buchnevich, Miller, Kevin. I don't even know where Kevin Hayes is in this league anymore.
I think he's in St. Louis.
He's either there or Philly. I honestly don't know.
I gotta take a look. Where the hell even is Kevin? That dude fell off the face of the earth.
I think he's a
St. Louis. St.
Okay,
Louis.
So he is in St. Louis with Buchnevich.
With Buchnevich, yep. We should have never let go of Nico Mikkola. I liked him. I liked him a lot. But yeah, that's basically gonna do it. I mean, there's really not that much to talk about. We're gonna focus more on football stuff when we get closer to the season. So like July, we'll start talking about football. August, we'll go heavy into football. We'll go through all the schedules and all that crap. Speaking of which, there's a big series coming out on my YouTube channel, Empire Sports Media. You probably already subscribed to it if you watch this one, because that's where all the older J&J episodes are. If you want to look at some of the best and worst predictions ever, shout out Robbie Basil. Shout out Mike, the Devils fan, who had the worst record in the history of the Pick'ems. You can find, I will be posting a 32-team series going through every single team schedule with in-depth analysis. Yes, I'm going to roast the crap out of your team. Yes, I'm going to give my honest opinion. And yes, I might be highly delusional.
And
But
yes,
yeah,
Rick is going to tell the Giants are going 17-0.
7-10. But we're going to get to that when we get closer. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. I'm JJ6 signing off. He's Jacob. Have a good day, everybody.